Hey, man, that's a grown-up team, man. Great teams in this league. Teams are extremely competitive. Man, they have great size. Man, that's a tough team. And, I mean, they gave Indiana State a game. And you know what? Watching this game, the first half, I really felt like it was going to be Indiana State again. You know, I thought like our guys didn't have the fight and the passion in the first half, and I challenged them greatly at halftime. And then the second half, some guys came alive. We got some production out of Jerome and Connor, which we need them greatly. I mean, those are upperclassmen, so we need to be able to play those guys, and we need for those guys to give us a boost. And I feel like they gave us a boost in the second half. But all year, man, this has kind of been the story. You know, these teams come out, these leads, and then all of a sudden in the second half, you know, we show fight and resilience. I understand we don't have experience. I understand. I mean, these dudes are much older and they're good, but I'm not satisfied with just competing anymore. And I'm challenging these guys. We got 6 games left. And I'm looking for guys that are going to compete because I want to build this thing the right way. I want to build a special program, and I can't have halves like that. And I challenged them. We got 6 games. These guys got to step up, and these guys got to be fighters, and I'm looking for that. I'm evaluating that. And I want them to do it. I want them to get it. But truth be told, man, it's a big boy game in a big boy league. And if you're not going to compete, if you're not going to pay attention to details, if you're not going to rebound, then you can't play here. You can't play in this league. So love the fight, though. I think Cooper's growing up a bit. I mean, obviously, Darius had a good game for us. We had 4 guys in double figures, scored 51 points in the second half. But us going on a run like that shows that we can play with this team. So I'm very disappointed in the first half, but hopefully we got out of our system and we get back on the winning track on Wednesday.
Darius, just how dispiriting is it when a guy comes out and hits 3 threes on the first 3 possessions of the game, and really it's 11-0 before the game's even really started.
I think it's disappointing because I feel like none of them were contested. I feel like our plan before the game was, we knew they were a great 3-point shooting team, was to contest every shot or not even let them get a shot up, and then he shot 3 in our face. So I feel like it was more disappointing that he got him up, especially when we know he's one of their better scorers and shooters.
I'm going to answer this. A big thing about being tough and mentally tough is executing game plans. And, you know, our staff does a great job. I mean, obviously, Tyson, he's a great shooter. I mean, I believe he was like 5 or 6 in the first half. And we went over that and over that and over that. So it comes a point where guys just need to execute it. And, you know, and that's what I was really disappointed in because we really covered that a lot. And, you know, I'm very upset with that, and I'm upset with the my bad. I'm done with the my bad. It's time for us to grow up a bit and execute our game plan defensively.
Cooper, I know the record isn't what you want, but you guys have been competitive in so many of these games, and then the last 2 to be down 40 at Indiana State, 30 today. I know you fought back, but what kind of lessons are you taking from these last 2 games that will help you go forward?
I just think I'm learning that you can't spot teams any points. You have to fight through the whole thing. You can't just come out here and expect it to be easy because they're going to hit you first. You got to be ready to go from the jump, know what we're doing, and execute right from the jump, right from the first second that goes by, instead of waiting to the second half to kind of get things going. We got to play urgent and kind of be on our game right from the jump and not wait to get it going at 10 minutes in or the second half or anything like that.
Roger, we got to ask about the technical. What did you see on that? And you look like you were pleading a heavy case after that, during the free throws and everything.
I thought it was a jump. I thought it was a jump ball. I thought I don't know, man. I never want to complain about refs because, I think a big thing is, we got to compete. And I fight for these guys. And you know what? The referees, I think they honor the tougher teams. And, in that first half, there was not toughness from us. So, I'm a fighter, and if I don't agree with the call, I'm going to fight and share my case, and that's what I did. And, I think the referee apologized to me, said, hey, man, if we made a mistake, we'll look at it. But you know what? That wasn't the reason that we lost this game at all. But, I think I need to get technical, I guess. I don't know. I was pretty fired up. But I was fired up in the locker room, too. And, if I'm expecting these guys to play with grit, if I'm expecting these guys to compete, I got to fight for them. And if I don't agree with stuff, I'm going to fight for them because I want them to fight for me. But for 40 minutes, not just one half.
And then, Roger, I think it's the longest you've spent in the locker room after a game at home all season. Just, is it that message of just talking about 40 minutes instead of 20 minutes?
That, and I'm challenging some guys, man. I'm just, you got to show me that you want to compete here and that you want to be a part of winning here. And, these guys need to show that. And that's what I'm looking for. Now, granted, some of them are outnumbered. Casper, Gardendia. Come on, man, that's a mismatch, And he fights, but it's hard for him to go against that dude. They were bigger than us almost at every position. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean you don't fight. You don't pressure them. You don't use your space, your pace and your speed, right? And we did that in the second half. That's why we won segments, But it's just, we got to see that. We got to see that the whole game, and that's what the conversation was. It was a real heartfelt, sincere, truth-filled talk. And that talk was, I'm building this thing. We will win here, all right? So we got to make sure that guys are ready to do that with me. And that's basically what it was about. And I feel like these guys, they'll respond.
Darius, can you touch on Jerome and Connor a little bit, guys that you've been with for a couple of years? To come in, Connor to hit 2 threes, Jerome to be fighting down the stretch there. What did that mean for you to see these guys have a little bit of individual success out there?
For me to see that, it was good to see that. CB, he can shoot the ball. He's been battling some injuries, and he finally stepped up and hit 2 for us, so that was big. And then Jerome showed us good energy and rebounded in the second half. And I think more so for the team, I think we needed that. We were down, a lot, and they kind of brought a spark and was a big part in that second half comeback. So for the team, I think they were huge, and they just got to keep going.